I am a skylark that cannot fly. Survival forces me to sing for food. I accidentally woke the snake beast lord. He reached his breaking point. Stop that chirping. I will raise you. He tried feeding me insects. I instantly shifted forms. The snake lord froze. A rival chief appeared. I finally opened my eyes. My body felt shattered. My throat was dry as sand. I reached out. Wings hit my face. My hands were small, white bird claws. My belly was soft, snowy white feathers. I was paralyzed. I was resting for winter break? How did I become a bird? Frustrated, I flapped my wings. I tucked my head inside feathers. My beak chirped against my will. I am a flightless, necklace rural bird. This tree is impossibly high. This is not a nest. Was I tossed here as a toy? Hunger roared deep within me. I chirped for food and shame. My throat burned. No one appeared. Panic set in. Where is my cheat? No system, just awakened wood powers. Energy flooded my tiny, fragile frame. Heat burned, my feathers felt agonizing. I stumbled, I fell downward. Death, I will be bird pancake. Vines stirred, a green net caught me. Hitting the ground, I transformed human. I touched myself, I am a teenager. This power is clearly bottom-tier trash. Before I could complain, footsteps approached. I realized why the original host was abandoned. Their tribe feared bird beasts, a bad omen. Reasoning with savages is futile, stay a bird. With a blur, I shifted back instantly. Hiding behind trees, my stomach growled loudly. A green fruit appeared. Curious, I pecked it. Disaster. That was pure concentrated lemon juice. My tiny face contorted in sheer agony. A chilling hiss erupted from the bushes. Before I moved, a giant serpent lunged. It gripped a deer. Blood stained everything. The predator sensed my terrified gaze. It glared down. Golden eyes locked mine. Pure terror, I fainted on the spot. The serpent frowned. He shifted into human. Shanglin held me. He poked me. Such a coward. This creature fainted already. A giant eagle descended. He landed, transforming. Wushu approached. Where is the female? Where is she hiding? Both men stared at my round body. I awoke later in a clean nest. I flapped my wings. I surrendered helplessly. No escape. I am truly stuck here. A savory scent drifted. My hunger spiked. I lunged at the meat. I pecked. Suddenly, I was hoisted into the air. I turned to curse. A handsome man. Striking hair, sharp, perfect facial features. Golden eyes, calculating, cold, and dangerous. A classic gorgeous villain in disguise. Wait, those golden eyes, the giant snake? Forget revenge, my hunger comes first. I pointed at the meat. I chirped. Xianglan placed me in the nest. He stroked my forehead gently. Little quail, you cannot digest roasted meat yet. I had Wushu prepare something better. It will arrive shortly. I felt satisfied and sat down. Just then, Wushu entered. His handsome face was covered in mud. He carried a box and shouted excitedly. It is here. The feast is ready. I stood up, staring at the box. My feet paced the nest nervously. My wings began to tremble uncontrollably. Xianglan opened the box. Inside, fat, wriggling worms. Terror! I transformed instantly and shrieked. I will not eat those. I curled up in the nest. I glared at them, pure defiance. They were stunned. Females are incredibly rare. They had rescued a precious, adorable lady. Xianglan reacted first. He shoved the box away. He wiped his hands on his tunic. He brought the grilled meat over. Forgive us. We thought you were just a chick. My eyes lit up at the meat. I was starving. I devoured it. It tasted like a rancid wet rag. I fought the urge to vomit. I forced myself to swallow. Wushu watched me completely mesmerized. I did not know the law. Find a female, claim her as mate. Wushu hid the box. Little lady, what is your name? Are you lost from your tribe? I hesitated. I am Suthu. My tribe. They cast me aside. Wushu was stunned. What kind of logic? Do your tribes have no transformed cubs? I shook my head. Xianglan offered comfort. Do not worry, this tribe is honorable. I nodded obediently. Wushu nodded, leaving and returning shortly. They crowded the door, eager to see. Juhua entered, taking charge immediately, she commanded. Xianglan refused to leave. Juhua teased him, watching her bathe. Xianglan blushed, turning away. Juhua led me to the stream. I heard everything from Wushu Suchu. Abandoning cubs is a divine insult. That twisted tribe is gone, welcome home. Her words warmed my heart. I bathed, wearing the new clothes provided. Emerging, a crowd awaited me. This tribe is vibrant, diverse beasts gather. A bird form female is incredibly rare. Freshly bathed, I felt radiant. Delicate features, flawless skin, pure magnetism. Xianglan and Wushu stared. Juhua cleared her throat. Suchu, we host a feast tonight. Join our celebration. I nodded eagerly. Yes, I will come. Suddenly, everyone shifted into beast form. Giant pandas, majestic hawks, mighty wolves. Are you all this massive? Then what am I, a tiny quail? Wushu stepped forward, his broad back turned toward me. Mount my back, Suthu, I will fly you. The ostrich beastman interjected, ride me instead, I will show you real speed. Suddenly, more beastmen crowded in to compete. Arguments erupted. I scanned for Shanglin behind the crowd. He remained human. He looked deeply disappointed. She fainted at my snake form before. I should not transform. Before I could speak, Juhua roared and shifted into a massive white tiger. She crouched before me, gesturing for me to climb aboard. Juhua is a noble, the tribal chief's daughter. Her word holds weight. The others stepped back immediately. I climbed up cautiously. Touching her soft fur, my eyes lit up. Oh my, so incredibly fluffy. I collapsed into the tiger's fur. Juhua carried me smoothly. Soon we arrived at the tribe's center. The festival atmosphere was already electric. Juhua led the way to welcome me. She danced with me. Tribe members offered gifts. I adore this tribe. Shanglin approached with roasted meat. He tore it into strips. I smiled, accepting it. I pulled green fruit from my satchel. I crushed them, dripping juice over the meat. I tasted it. It was incredibly tender. A perfect sweet and sour flavor. Intrigued by my delight, the others followed suit. Mid-bite, I looked up. I locked eyes with golden pupils. Shanglin was hovering nearby. He looked like a hungry giant cat. My heart skipped. I offered him a fruit. Perhaps from nerves, I could not crush it. Shanglin wrapped his arms around me. His large, warm hand covered mine. With one gentle squeeze, the juice flowed. My face burned, hot enough to fry an egg. As I reached for the meat, a sudden sharp pain struck my head. What is happening? Why does this scene feel so familiar? Shanglan caught me. He asked anxiously, are you all right? I Suthu stared at Shanglan. Dongzi appeared suddenly. I remembered everything. This is the novel I read all night. Shanglan is a transmigrator. He is the book's grand villain. Meeting the transmigrated heroine, he turns evil. He massacres the tribe and sacrifices her. Should I fear the villain, or fear being the fated victim? I turned to watch the clansmen dancing by the fire. Vuthu waved at me with a smile. Visions of their gruesome deaths haunted my mind. Shanglan's voice pulled me back. What is wrong, Suthu? I looked at Shanglan's handsome, harmless face. Thankfully, I kept my transmigration secret. Should I probe his memories first? I picked up a small twig and stammered. Family? Shanglan waved the stick, looking confused. Family? What is that? I hesitated to try again. Suddenly, Vuthu rushed over. He grabbed the twig, speaking triumphantly. In Fa, my gaze locked onto Vuthu. Is he the true transmigrated villain? Vuthu noticed my intense stare. He smirked, sitting down beside me smugly. You meant adding oil and wood to the fire, right? My mouth twitched. Well played. He craved my praise. Vuthu grilled meat enthusiastically. Suddenly I felt dizzy. My fledgling... I turned to speak to Suhoa. Sister Kuho, I am quite exhausted. I need rest. I shifted into a plump quail. I rested on her tail. I pondered. The situation remains unclear. Staying a plump quail is safer. Am I that cursed female protagonist? Why would she incite the male lead's corruption? I pondered deeply. Then I drifted off. Meanwhile, in the northern beastkin continent, a girl in pajamas awoke within the tall grass. Cold sweat drenched her hair. Her pale face showed pure terror. Her lips kept trembling. Run away. Escape now. Run away immediately. I woke up back in my grass nest. I shifted groggily. My soft belly was exposed. My feathers trembled. I kicked my feet. I practiced flying in my sleep. I sat up with difficulty. The nest was lined with soft, dry grass. The sharp edges were pruned smooth. The dry grass smelled of medicinal herbs, likely to repel insects. I whispered softly, truly so considerate. Then Shanglan entered. He touched my forehead gently. No fever, little quail. Do you still feel unwell? I shook my head, I thought. Such a gentle, handsome man. Is he truly a villain? Shanglan produced a small box. I feared you might be hungry. I brought you snacks. Seeing the familiar wooden box, my feathers stood on end. I leaped back instinctively. Are these those disgusting grubs again? Shanglan saw my panic. He chuckled. Relax. It is not Yushu's box. No grubs. He opened the box. Sweet dried grapes were inside. My beak watered instantly. I pecked several sweet and tart, delicious. I gobbled down several more. Shanglan closed the box quickly. He spoke firmly. Do not overeat. I smacked my lips. I savored the aftertaste. Shanglan stored the box. He prepared to leave. Yushu and I are nearby. If you need anything, just call out loudly. I nodded obediently, retreating into my nest. Shanglin turned, sensing a cold, lethal aura. His eyes flashed, then he heard Yushu. Shanglin, wait. Beneath the moonlight, Yushu stood expressionless. Shanglin, do you love Suthu? Shanglin gripped his fists, face flushing. In this land, multiple mates are common. But this direct question caught him off guard. Yushu stared, his expression entirely blank. Both are young, yet Shanglin excels. Many females want him. He wants none. Yushu's intensity forced a serious final reply. Yes, I love her, but she's young. Our duty is to protect her. Shanglin braced for conflict. Yush grinned. Great, brothers, you lead, I follow. Protect. Shanglin struggled, but Yushu clung tightly. Helpless, Shanglin retreated into the cave. I woke. Shu had prepared bland soup. Yet he had gathered many wild spices. I jumped up, spotting a peppery plant. I leaned in, it smelled like nothing. I chirped, pointing a wing at him. Yushu understood my intent perfectly. He smashed the seeds with a stone. The scent hit. I sneezed violently. I tumbled back. Yushu erupted laughing. I glared, a look of pure annoyance. He stopped, offering a scoop of powder. Is this enough? Little bird. I smirked, waving my wings at him. Yushu watched, his guard instantly raised. That sly grin, is Jung seeking revenge? Seeing Yushu hesitate, I pushed harder. My little tail wagged along. My desperate pampering softened his resolve completely. Such an innocent quail, no evil intentions here. He set the spoon down, grinning as he approached. I leaped, landed on the spoon, pepper exploded into his face. Caught off guard, he inhaled the pepper. He sneezed violently, he shifted form. A giant sneezing eagle, feathers scattered everywhere. I clutched my round belly, laughing uncontrollably. Seeing me happy, he simply laughed along. Playtime ended, we drank the soup. The pepper made it delicious. Two birds' bellies full and round. Yushu reached for another bowl. I played the protective mother hen. I guarded the bowl, chirping defiantly. He shifted back, little quail, saving it for Shanglan. I nodded vigorously. Yushu fetched a lidded wooden box. Fine, hunting team returns today, he's likely waiting, let's go. I nodded happily, hopping onto his shoulder. Before we left, Juhua burst in. Breathless and frantic, she cried, disaster, Shanglan is in trouble. Hearing the news, I panicked and shifted back. Sister Juhua, what happened to him? What went wrong? She gasped, stray beasts were spotted. Shanglan went hunting them. A hawk beast returned, Shanglan is missing. Yushu immediately braced for battle. Suchu, don't worry, I am finding him. Wait for us here. He gazed deep into my eyes, then shifted and soared. A flightless fat quail only hinders progress. I helped Suhua sit down nearby. Big sister, are rogue beasts truly terrifying? Suhua wiped her sweat, saying indeed. Rogue beasts lack empathy, they only steal. They hunt food and kidnap clan females. I frowned, did the novel mention rogues? Before thinking, a tiny panda cub entered. Its fur shimmered like a burning flame. A leather scrap covered its bottom. It circled me, my eyes lit up. Heavens, utterly adorable, my heart melts. Kuhua lifted it. Why run away? Where is your mother? I seized the chance to poke it. She shoved the cub into my arms. Suthu, everything is chaotic outside now. Please watch over the little one. She vanished. Panic rose within me. I cannot babysit. This is madness. With her gone, Abu grew bold. It jumped down to inspect my nest. Keep it inside. That is enough. It started chewing my bird nest greedily. I lunged, stuffing the pacifier inside. Silence fell. It sucked the pacifier happily. I sat down, then saw Abu climbing. It sneezed violently into my face. A pungent, spicy cloud filled the air. I was covered in pepper dust. I scrambled to hide the spice powder. Abu had already slipped outside. I chased the cub down the path. Clearly, this cub inherited tiger blood. He runs fast. I am completely exhausted. After an eternity, Abu finally stopped. I thought the brat was playing games. My fury flared. I moved to strike. Approaching, I saw him with dried meat. He was eating quite happily. Where did his pacifier go? I froze in alarm. Dried meat in this barren wilderness? Was someone baiting him here intentionally? I snatched Abu to flee. Good boy, we must leave now, danger. He refused to budge, heavy as stone. The earth shuddered. A shadow loomed overhead. Terror surged from my feet upward. I turned around, trembling. A floating octopus monster, tentacles dripping sludge. Enormous eyes locked onto us. I gagged, my hand scrambled for cover. The monster opened a tiny, pulsating mouth. I threw hot pepper powder forward. The monster paused, it sneezed violently. Mucus flew, it dropped the dried meat. Abu scrambled to escape. He fought my grip. He wanted battle. I dove behind a massive boulder. Abu, remember the path back? He looked around. He nodded firmly. I spoke with urgency. Perfect. Run fast, get mother, I will distract. He hesitated, the monster drew closer. He patted my shoulder, he bolted away. It chased him. I hurled a rock. The octopus was baited, giant tentacles slammed toward me. I shifted into a quail, dodging through rocks and grass. Losing patience, it swept its tentacles wide. A broken branch struck my wing. Falling, I shifted back to human form. Rolling away, my arm throbbed in pain. Before rising, a vine net bound me tight. I struggled. A coarse voice spoke behind me. A noble female, the boss will reward me. Feng Zhao is finally striking it rich. Feng Zhao looked hideous, slimy, bumpy skin, clearly the octopus beast. He reached out, his fingers morphed into tentacles. Disgusted, I shouted, stay away from me. I unleashed my wood-type ability. The vine surged toward him. Thorns sliced his face, his pupils dilated wide. Terror mixed with a twisted delight. It made my skin crawl. He licked his lips. An ability-wielding female? Perfect. His tentacles morphed into jagged blades. Slash! The net shattered. I scrambled up. Running, a tentacle seized my leg. Dragged down, he loomed behind me again. His hot, putrid breath hit my neck. I dared not turn around. I curled into a ball, praying to every god for salvation. Suddenly, a massive explosion rocked us. A giant gray wolf descended from above. Razor-sharp claws glinted with lethal intent. He lunged at the octopus beast. Two titans clashed in savage fury. The scent of blood and dirt filled me. Who is this giant gray wolf? I have never seen him here. I sought cover as combat abruptly ended. Dust clears. A towering man steps forward. Long orange hair, soft wolf ears, possessive black eyes pin me down. I am truly stunned. Heavens, another wandering beast? Before fleeing, he collapses, bleeding heavily. He was wounded by the octopus. He saved me from certain death. His face is breathtakingly handsome. Surely he is not evil. I approach, he retreats, he whispers. Do not soil your clothes. He vomits blood immediately. So much crimson terrifyingly abundant. Channeling my nature power, I touch him. I force my remaining energy forward. My intent is desperate, pure. Fingertips glow with brilliant green light. The wound knits, the bleeding stops. Energy spent, I collapse into darkness. Waking at night, my shift fails. I am a tiny quail now. Ren-Chi grills meat nearby. He spots me, rushing over instantly. Little one, you are awake? How do you feel? Is your stomach empty? Want some roasted meat? Questions flood, leaving me utterly confused. I chirp helplessly. He understands nothing. My gaze landed on the sizzling roasted meat. It looked strangely familiar. Upon seeing the circular marks, I jumped 3 feet high. Good heavens, is that a giant octopus tentacle? My friend, are you not picky? I rushed to Ren-Chi. Noticing my terror, he tossed it away. He offered a berry. He rubbed his head sheepishly. Sorry, I thought you needed meat. He reached to hold me. I stared at him with guarded caution. Escaping that stench, I must stay alert. Who is this mysterious man? Ren-Chi sensed my deep hesitation. He brushed back his hair. I forgot to introduce myself. I am Ren-Chi, captain of the giant rock wolf tribe. He leaned closer. I am currently single. Relieved, I sat down and began pecking at my fruit. A hunting captain? That explains why we never met. Speaking of hunters, I remembered Shang Lin. He went missing today. Has he returned home safely yet? Did the panda find Sister Juhua? I lost my appetite. I jumped up. My wings pointed toward home. I chirped in deep anxiety. Ren-Chi instantly grasped my meaning. You want to go home? No problem at all. I thought he would transform. He would carry me as a wolf. Instead, he pulled down his tunic. His chest muscles heaved with every breath. He continued pulling it down. 6-pack abs appeared before my eyes. I immediately covered my eyes with my wings. I am but a maiden. Is this a free show? Before I could react, he lifted me onto his abs. Make a nest here. Let's go. My jaw dropped. A nest on his abs? Beastmen are truly bold. I reached out to touch them. A voice boomed from afar. What are you doing? Shang Lin walked over, scowling. Seeing him, I leaped down. Shang Lin caught me. He scanned me, pained. Su-Tu, are you hurt? I shook my head, slightly dizzy. Ru-Chi explained. Su-Tu drained energy to save me. Shang Lan saw Ru-Chi flaunting his abs. My eyes kept drifting toward him. Shang Lan grew furious. Before he could speak, Yushu lunged forward. He charged straight at Ran-Chi. You pathetic wretch. Why show off that body? What is your goal? He morphed into an eagle, attacking. Ran-Chi shifted into a wolf. They collided in violent combat. I worried for Ran-Chi. I saved him with my spirit power. Shang Lan shoved a raisin into my mouth. He carried me away, grinning coldly. He clearly enjoyed Yushu's petty revenge. Back at the tribe, Shang Lan took me to the healer. Granny Wu Yi inspected my wounds. Her expression turned grave. She splinted my small wings. She brewed a pungent healing tonic. I grimaced while drinking. Yushu and Ru-Chi arrived. They were covered in mud, a total chaotic mess. Who would guess they were elite warriors? I giggled. They sighed, relieved I was safe. Shang Lan reached for me. Granny Wu Yi stopped him. They whispered intently at the cave entrance. Upon returning, Sister Kuhua had finished roasting meat. The little panda cub was there too. Seeing me, the cub nuzzled my face curiously. The cub got lost. Yushu found him during patrol. By the time they arrived, night had fallen. Sister Tsuhua apologized profusely. Without Suthu, the cub would be captured. For the first time, I felt truly needed. My little tail wagged while I ate. The cub brought honey. The aroma was intoxicating. Starving, I devoured the meat. My belly grew. Fed and rested, I headed for my nest. Everyone had left. Shang Lin remained seated. He had no intention of leaving. I tilted my head to study him. Cold moonlight bathed him in a pale, ethereal glow. Silver light shimmered on his long, curved lashes. Shadows accentuated his sharp, high nose bridge. So cold yet captivating, I was completely spellbound. Shanglin noticed my gaze, his eyes gleamed with satisfaction. He stood up, his eyes softened. I frightened you today. Sleep, I will guard the entrance. With that, Shanglin turned and walked out. My heart was a turbulent mess. He is not my mate. Why sacrifice for me? Am I unique to him? Exhausted from the day, I quickly drifted into slumber. At the cave entrance, Shanglin frowned deeply. He recalled the elder's words. She is not from this world. Staring at the moon, he made a silent vow. The sun climbed high. I remained fast asleep. My stomach growled. I sat up. The wooden splint fell off. It was nearly healed. Shanglin was just overprotective. He nagged the elder until she braced it. I stretched my wings. Sleep was blissful, no splints holding me back now. Breakfast sat by the nest. I ate with delight. I spotted a small box on a high shelf. Shanglin placed it high. He feared my gluttony. Stubbornness flared. I am a bird, after all. I am no flightless penguin. My eyes locked on a nearby table, a plan formed. I smacked my lips and hopped onto the stone bed. The stone was long and flat. I crouched low. I leaned my head forward. I focused intently, wings pressed against my sides. I flapped twice for momentum. My short legs kicked hard. My small body surged across the ground. Wings suddenly spread wide. Powerful claws gripped the ground. My round frame left the stone bed. Wings beat faster. I reached the table. I danced with pure joy. I chirped loudly. Success gave me courage. My eyes locked onto the high rack. I backed up. I sprinted. I took flight again. The edge was slick. I lost my balance. I tumbled into a water basin soaked, utterly ridiculous. Shanglin rushed in. He witnessed my pathetic state. He chuckled. He grabbed a beast pelt. He fished me out. He reached for the towel. A box crashed down. I panicked. Wandering beasts, I dove under the table. Shanglin laughed. He dragged me out. My wet fur gathered thick dust. My white fluff turned into a filthy sparrow. He poked my nose. No choice. Bath time. I stepped back, feeling incredibly shy. A bath? Wash myself? I shook my wings. Filthy footprints stained the pelt. Perhaps a bath is necessary. Shanglin brought warm water. Fresh petals floated on top. I touched the surface with a wing. Perfect temperature. I prepared to bathe. He scooped me up. His warmth flooded me. His long fingers grazed my skin. My heart raced. My face burned. Fur hid my shame. Otherwise, I would look like a roasted dumpling. Finally, he lifted me from the water. Clean white and perfectly round. I shook my wings. Droplets sprayed his clothes. Just a small splash, hardly enough to matter. Yet he remembered. That night I peeked at his abs. Shanglan's lips curled into a cunning smile. Without warning, he stripped before my eyes. Muscles rippled beneath his pale, powerful skin, pure, dangerous allure. Shanglan waited. Silence. Was he not attractive and He leaned back, flexing his chest with intent. He waited patiently, still not a single sound. Had my beauty rendered her unconscious? He turned, catching me wiping a nosebleed. Seeing my reaction, he smirked and dressed quickly. Yushu fell to the ground in shock. Shanglan, what are you doing? Shanglan brushed his clothes, nonchalantly lying just lice. Yushu stomped his feet. You are a python, who are you fooling? Trying to seduce little Suthu while I'm gone? What kind of nonsense is this? I frantically flapped my wings, taking flight. Shanglan and Yushu chased after me. I couldn't fly far, just between nearby trees. Shanglan acted like a worried mother. He circled below, arms wide and ready. He prepared to catch me during practice. I began to soar into higher skies. Yushu transformed into an eagle to join me. Wind from his wings brushed the treetops. He encouraged me, Suthu, do not fear. I am right here beside you. I shook my small white wings, eyes forward. I sprinted to gain the necessary momentum. My tiny claws launched me into flight. Steadily airborne, I finally conquered the sky. I chirped with joy, circling the massive eagle. Dipping in heavens, I am actually flying. Vuthu flew beside me, glancing smugly at Thuong Lam. His eyes said, see, I soar with Tathu. You snake, just watch from the dirt. While soaring, a violent gust hit me. I lost balance, heading for a tree. Vuthu dived, shielding me. My small wings tired. Vuthu let me sleep. No more arrogance. I stayed close to him. Suddenly, I saw clansmen gathering on a nearby hill. Expecting a celebration, I pointed toward the hill. Vuthu understood. He flew above Thuong Lam. He meant to wave, but stopped. Thuong Lam looked grave. He was arguing with Cook Hoa. Vuthu flew ahead instead. We arrived. The crowd was a solid wall. Expecting treasure, I pushed through. A panda cub lay there. The cub was pale, gasping for breath. I jumped from Vuthu's shoulder. 2 days passed. My power partially returned. I focused hard. I shifted to human form. I touched Abu's burning forehead. I asked anxiously, Abu, what happened? Where is Sister Cook Hoa? Abu suddenly arched his back. Like a seizure, his body convulsed violently. White foam bubbled from his mouth. Pure, unadulterated terror. I summoned my power. Soft green light enveloped him. Faint light flickered in his lifeless eyes. The small body finally grew still. Weakened, I collapsed. Vuthu caught me instantly. Nearby, Kukhoa shouted, "Saltwater's here, move!" The crowd parted. She rushed to Abu. Thuong Lam followed, holding a stone bowl. He glanced at me, frowning. Kukhoa helped Abo stand. His fever had vanished. Tung Lum brought salt water for Abo to drink. Abo recovered quickly. He snuggled into his mother's arms. Tung Lum offered the remaining water. His voice sounded urgent. "Tothu, are you feeling unwell too? Drink this remaining salt water now." I stared into the stone bowl. The water looked clear and empty. "What is this salt water?" Tung Lum wiped sweat from my forehead. "It is water mixed with energy salt. The southern giant rock tribe lacks salt. They trade precious goods for it at markets. Rogue beasts attack the hunting party. All salt vanished. Adult beastmen survive without it. But young beasts suffer greatly. They succumb to panic and seizures. I realized my diet lacked salt. Everything tastes bland. I thought salt didn't exist. It is just rare." Tung Lum urged me again. It was his last supply. I considered the other cubs, but my energy is depleted. I grabbed the bowl. I drank it all. Nian Koi passed by with the shaman elder. She looked frail, a withered leaf. Her old bones seemed fragile. Tung Lum and I exchanged glances. We nodded silently. We followed them inside. Heart-wrenching cries echoed from the cave. More beast cubs were suffering seizures. Their salt supply was entirely exhausted. The shaman paced back and forth, worried. Nian Koi punched the wall, filled with regret. Wushu clenched his fists, his knuckles cracked. "I will trade cores for salt now." Shang Lin looked grave. "The rogue beasts will target you." As everyone panicked, blue text appeared before me. "What is this?" I reached out, my fingers passed right through. Looking down at the grass, words emerged again. "Fluorescent herb, leaves crushed to ease pain." Startled, I plucked a leaf. "Shang Lin, what is this?" He stepped closer. "Fluorescent grass, pain relief, very common." I suppressed my internal excitement. It matched perfectly. A transmigrator's golden cheat? I scanned other plants. Hints appeared everywhere. Is there anything here? High salt content, like a scanner. I bent down, searching through the grass. Fingertips parted the dry yellow stalk, found a dozen plants, none were useful. Discouraged, I brushed the dirt off my hands. If high salt plants existed, they would know. Hope faded until my knee hit strange grass. It looked different from the rest. I stared, blue text flared to life. "Saltbone herb, contains natural extractable salt." Found it. I cheered, squeezed the leaf, smelled the salt. Shang Lin thought I was frustrated. He approached. I ran to him, hugging him. "Shang Lin, salt!" His shoulders stiffened, ears burned red, clueless. Wushu ran over. Seeing Shang Lin's reaction, he glared. Shang Lin finally stammered, "You found salt? Where?" I held up the grass proudly. "Right here." They stared at the leaves, utterly confused. No time. The water changed color. I tasted it. It was unmistakably salty. Shang Lin and Ruchi tasted it. Their eyes lit up, but I worried. Saltiness doesn't guarantee a cure for the cubs. Wushu reached for the pot, but Ruchi snatched it away. He ran, shouting, "This is all we have. We must let Elder Wu Yi test this." We followed him immediately. Inside the cave, the tribe waited with bated breath. Ruchi fed the convulsing cub. We watched in silence. The cub drank. The convulsions finally ceased. Then the cub sat up stiffly like a corpse. Its eyes widened, staring into the void. My heart stopped. I reached for my power, but the cub just licked its lips. "Mother, what was that sweet water?" "It's delicious. I want more." Hearing the cub, I finally exhaled. Elder Wu Yi checked the cub, nodded, and smiled at me. The tribe erupted in joyous cheers. Shang Lin ordered everyone to gather more saltbone grass. Wushu hauled supplies while Ruchi boiled the water. I sorted the herbs. We worked late into the night. Once the cubs recovered, the tribe finally rested. Shang Lin watched me, his gaze burning with possessive pride. Elder Wu Yi teased, "Is brilliant. You're truly lucky." My face turned crimson. I nearly dropped the herbs. Elder." Shang Lin didn't deny it. He just stared at me, beaming. I scrambled to organize herbs, acting frantically busy. The single beastmen heard the teasing. They joined in. They roared, demanding I become their mate. The bull beast flexed muscles. The fox offered piles of crystals. The green python openly bragged about his anatomy. I wanted to crawl into a hole. What kind of social death is this? Yushu shoved his way in, shouting, "Me too!" Before he finished, Ruchi silenced him. "You, what about you? Not grown up yet, seeking a mate? You are asking for a beating." I slipped away to the stream, ignored them. These beastmen are far too intense. I leaned over, my reflection had matured. The baby fat finally vanished. My skin was porcelain, smooth, flawless, cheeks flushed, lips perfectly, naturally full. A soft, gentle, spring-like radiance, simply radiant and fresh. I stared, oblivious to the hidden stalker. Neon eyes watched from the shadows. Feng Zhao was right. This female's different. A breeze blew, his ornaments clicked faintly. My instincts flared. Danger was near. I grabbed a stone, standing my ground. I waited, heart hammering against ribs. I readied the strike. He spoke softly. Suthu, I froze. It was Shanglin. He saw my panic. What is wrong? I dropped the stone into the water. He thought the others had terrified me. He produced a large, glistening chicken leg. He waved it. The savory aroma exploded. My eyes widened. I was exhausted. I was starving. I lunged for it. He teased me, holding it higher up. I lost my footing, falling into him. Shanglan's arms firmly encircled my waist. The chicken leg hovered in midair. He chuckled. Warm breath brushed my skin. My face burned with sudden heat. Instinctively, I pulled away. Shanglan laughed, completely losing himself. He patiently tore meat for me. I stopped caring. I devoured it. The chicken leg was gone. I realized he had eaten nothing. I held the last piece out. Shanglan froze. He took it. His lips grazed my fingers. Electric warmth surged. I suppressed a scream. I looked away. Shanglan knew his limits. We rested briefly, then we returned. We met Wu Shu leaving. Wu Shu glared at us. Why leave together? What did you hide? Shanglan shrugged. Guess for yourself. I slipped inside. Grandma Wu Yi sighed. Grandma, what is wrong? She pointed at the medicinal herbs. These herbs are almost gone. We must reach the northern continent. Nianqi stood. I will prepare. My mind began to race. The northern continent? That sounds familiar. Is that where the villain resides? I spoke up. I want in. I was blind. Danger awaited me there. The giant stone tribe currently holds many stone tools. Their stone is the continent's finest natural material. These stone tools are highly sought after north. I helped them work, staying busy until nightfall. While arranging the stock, something felt quite off. Quality was perfect, but the designs felt plain. I used the plant system to find dyes. I crushed the petals and painted with feathers. They looked elegant, but production was too slow. I only painted a few smaller, delicate pieces. As I waited, a sudden realization hit me. I hadn't seen the beastmen in days. Missing that talkative beastman felt truly strange. Juhua noticed me spacing out and nudged. What is wrong? Dreaming of your little lover, Suthu. My face burned. I waved it off. I stumbled, knocking the stone into wet clay. Juhua teased, don't worry, they're likely prepping dowries. My pupils dilated. A marriage dowry? She realized I was an abandoned, lonely female. After this hunt, the Beast God Festival begins. Unmated beastmen bring dowries to propose marriage. My heart raced. Is Kenglin preparing one? While I was lost, Juhua shouted loud, Suthu, do you like wild boars? I looked up, completely stunned. What wild boar? She held the stone. Why paint a pig? I gasped. My rose became Peppa Pig. I tried scrubbing, but the dye had dried. Tribesmen rushed us. I packed it away quickly. I never expected that little pig's chaotic impact. The departure for the northern continent draws near. I hurried to gather my belongings. My dried meat and raisins became nest pillows. I slept peacefully inside my cozy nest. Next day, the horn sounded for departure. I was still deep in slumber. Shanglan waited, impatient. He placed me into his warm palm. Gang Chao complained, such a lazy creature. The hunting squad gathered, ready for departure. Ruchi led them. Yushu patrolled above. Shanglan walked slowly, tailing the group. His grip was warm, strange, absolute. It was noon when I finally awoke. His black tunic blocked the harsh sun. I stretched lazily. Is it still dark? Voices echoed nearby. I jumped up instantly. I peeked out from his protective embrace. The sun hung high. It was noon. I scratched my head. Thank you, Shanglan. Craving my dried meat, I chirped softly. He understood. He fed me a morsel. I chewed happily, head swaying in delight. Yushu landed, inviting me to fly. Massive wings flapped. My hair was messy. He shielded me from the harsh winds. We soared through clouds, soft, gentle breeze. Nearing the northern continent, heat intensified rapidly. Exhausted, I curled up. The squad rested. I felt sweltering. Even feathers felt damp. Shanglan shifted. Serpent tail coiled around. I felt cooling relief, pure blissful comfort. Yushu approached, hoping for cooling too. He lunged toward us, seeking shade. Shanglan frowned. He flicked his tail. Yushu tumbled. Humiliated, he stormed away. I chirped, laughing at the scene. Meanwhile, Lu Yanyan's merchant caravan from the north departed. Daytime heat forced us to travel by night. After days, we reached the outpost. Tribes gathered here to trade beast cores. The area crawled with beastmen. The market occupied a clearing in the forest. Ancient trees formed a natural fortress wall. Ruchi spoke cheerfully. We will rest here for several days. We shall trade if opportunities arise. Do not keep the cubs waiting longer. They nodded in unison. Ru led us through bends, finding a quiet corner. We pitched our tents. I poked my head from Shanglin's satchel. I prepared to shift. Shanglin pushed me back down. He whispered, rogue beasts wander here. You have no mate mark or scent. You are a target. Remain in your beast form. I nodded obediently. Our temporary shelter was finished quickly. Shanglin prepared dried meat soup, finally a hot meal. I licked the bowl until it shined. After eating, the team began taking shifts. As Captain Ruchi took the first watch, like a child on a journey, I couldn't sleep. I nestled into Ruchi's wolf tail. The beast world sky was radiant. Countless stars filled the night. I looked at Ruchi. Moonlight bathed his skin. Youthful charm met wild intensity. His features were sharp, cold, and striking. He seemed remarkably reliable. Unlike Shanglin, he didn't coddle me. Unlike Wushu, he lacked blind trust. He possessed an air of impenetrable mystery. Ruchi held my stone sketch. He studied it intensely, almost piercing the surface. He gasped, then brushed his tail against me, a signal to shift back. I checked Shanglin's tent. I shifted into human form. Days of confinement were agonizing. Small birds lack hands. I stretched my stiff limbs. Turning back, Ruchi stared intensely. Are you truly a female from this continent? How do you know? How could she know this flower creates pigment? And who exactly is this on the stone? Faced with his interrogation, I remained perfectly calm. I held the stone, pointing at Peppa, asking, who is this? Do you not remember? Ruchi stuttered, completely caught off guard. How could I possibly know that? My gaze swept over him, my mind raced. Clearly, he is not the transmigrated villain. I shoved the stone back, feigning serious concern. Who is this figure? I know nothing. It appeared in the clay. Juhua already explained this to you. As for the yanchang herb, I know it. I lowered my voice, sobbing, can you forgive me? I pinched myself, forcing tears, beginning my performance. Abandoned by my tribe, I survive alone. Racked with guilt, Ruchi struck his face. Don't cry, I am sorry, anything you want. Hearing his vow, a sly smirk touched my lip. Looking up pitifully, transform into a wolf. Entertain me. Flustered and hesitant, he shifted into a wolf pup. He leaped into my lap, soft gray fur, his amber eyes round and innocent. He looked adorable. My eyes lit up. I reached out, brushing his velvet back. Fingers stroked his fur, pinching his soft ears. He blushed crimson, screaming, only mates touch there. I remained oblivious to his inner turmoil. My hands roamed greedily, burying my face in fur. Shanglin is too slick, a cold snake. Wushu is too prickly, a rough bird. I have craved soft, furry beasts for age. The pup relaxed, purring in pure, blissful contentment. I was far too distracted to notice. Emerald eyes glowed within the dark shadows. The figure lunged, shifting into a vibrant youth. Those sparkling eyes gazed with deep affection. I pulled away, ready to transform and sleep. Koi caught me with one swift movement. His voice was soft, dangerously alluring. Leaving after the fun? He pressed his lips toward mine. Before I could resist, a stranger spoke. Who could this be? The bird we abandoned? Koi released me instantly. He stood to shield me. Two avian beastmen stood before us. Towering figures nearly 2 meters tall. Those legs were painfully, ridiculously long. Wait, who is a small bird? Me? The blonde avian stepped forward, sneering arrogantly. Scavenged bird finding status in this dumpster? Shanglin heard the commotion and rushed. Wushu snapped, who are you insulting? You yellow, feathered weakling. The blonde avian's face turned deathly black. He roared like a feral beast. They collided. Wushu stood unmoved. He caught the blow with ease. Wushu's gaze turned razor-sharp. Dare touch Sutu, face judgment. Wushu twisted his arm and threw. The bird crashed, carving the earth. Dust cleared, he lay broken, stunned. The other avian hesitated to intervene. Xianglan unleashed his 6th-rank serpent beast pressure. The green-feathered birdman froze instantly. He turned to help the golden-feathered birdman rise. He lowered his voice. Stop causing trouble. If the master finds out, we're finished. The birdman stifled his rage. Both shifted forms and flew away. I rushed forward, used my powers to check Yushu's wound. Yushu resisted initially. I tore his sleeve away forcefully. His arm was bruised, deep purple. I dragged him inside, healing is second nature now. Green light radiated from my palms. It seeped into his arm, mending the damage. Ranchi leaned against the door, smirking. Told you, taking a full blow, impossible to remain uninjured. You little brat, such a good actor. A rare flicker of embarrassment crossed Yushu's face. Meanwhile, in the northern continent's temple, torches flickered. Shadows beneath the idol hungered to consume. The elderly high priest knelt on the floor. Gnarled fingers gripped his prayer beads tightly. A dark shadow crept in. He spoke with reverence. High priest, the young lady is found. The high priest looked up, his twisted face curled into a perverted grin. His voice rasped like sharpening knives. Excellent, depart at once. The next day, we packed our stone tools. Yushu was injured. He stayed behind to guard the remaining goods. I climbed into Shanglan's portable beast pouch. He cracked the opening, just enough for my head to peek out. I gripped the soft edge, my wide eyes scanned everything. My curiosity was impossible to hide. My small frame swayed with excitement. Xianglan walked with steady steps. He tapped the pouch occasionally. He comforted his restless little creature. He slipped treats into my mouth. Sadly, salt crystals were scarce. She led the other beast men deeper into the market. Shanglin and I went to trade for food. We passed by a sizzling aromatic stall. The scent of grilled meat caught my attention. My throat betrayed me. I swallowed hard. Shanglin glanced at my gluttonous expression. He chuckled softly and patted my head. He pulled a stone tool from his pouch. He traded it for a grilled sausage. The merchant inspected the stone. He beamed. I took a bite. The flavor was heaven. That stone bore the Peppa drawing I made. Shortly after we turned to leave, a female beast person passed by that stall. Her eyes caught the trinket on display. Seeing the Peppa design, her face turned pale. We returned later. They had gathered more salt. We calculated we had enough to go home. Tomorrow, we finally depart for our tribe. The others fell into a deep sleep. I couldn't rest. Something felt dreadfully wrong. My instincts flared. I stepped outside alone. My eyes scanned the shadows with caution. Someone was watching. I spotted a movement. A silhouette hid behind a massive tree. I grabbed a branch. Lu Yanyan screamed wildly. I am the heroine. I hold the secrets of this world.